investigation entered a critical phase as Detective Akinwale followed new leads that pointed to an unseen enemy orchestrating events from the shadows. The financial trail Lisa had discovered continued to reveal connections between high-ranking officials, corrupt business practices, and a clandestine network operating within the construction industry. The detective and his team uncovered evidence of a secret meeting that took place shortly before Lisa's wedding. This meeting, attended by influential figures including Mr. Adepoju's business associates, was a turning point in Lisa's investigation. It seemed Lisa had discovered plans that could disrupt the entire construction industry, making her a target for those who stood to lose the most. Detective Akinwale tracked down one of the attendees, Mr. Adewale, who is a senior executive in a competing construction firm. Adewale was shrewd and cautious man, known for his connections and influence. Akinwale arranged to meet him in a discreet location away from prying eyes. The detective and Adewale met in a dimly lit bar, the atmosphere tense. Akinwale sipped his drink, watching as Adewale carefully weighed his words. "I have nothing to hide, detective. My involvement was purely professional." Akinwale leaned forward, his gaze unyielding. Lisa Adepoju had evidence that suggested otherwise. She was closing in on a conspiracy that involved financial manipulation and illegal contracts. You were at that meeting. What was discussed? Adewale's eyes flickered with unease. "We discussed business strategies, nothing more. If Lisa had any suspicions, it was her imagination." The detective didn't buy it. "You are hiding something, Mr. Adewale. If you are involved, you are facing serious consequences. Cooperate now, and it might work in your favor." Adewale's composure cracked slightly. "Fine." There were discussions about consolidating control over the market, but it was all legal. We were trying to outmaneuver Mr. Adepoju, not harm anyone. "Legal or barely legal?" Akinwale pressed. "What about the offshore accounts and the money funneling? Lisa was onto something big, and now she is dead. Start talking." Adewale paled, realizing the gravity of the situation. "We used shell companies to hide transactions to gain leverage in negotiations, but I swear I didn't know it would lead to this. I am not involved in her death." Akinwale left the meeting. He felt a surge of frustration. Adewale's partial confession opened more questions than it answered. The detective knew he was getting closer to the truth, but the real orchestrator remained elusive. Back at the mansion, tensions ran high. Tony, driven by a relentless need for answers, confronted his father-in-law about the secret meeting. "Why didn't you tell me about this meeting, or tell Lisa? Lisa found out about it and now she's dead. What aren't you telling me?" Mr. Adepoju's face hardened, his eyes filled with regret. "I didn't think it was relevant. We were discussing competitive strategies, not planning harm. I didn't know Lisa had uncovered anything until it was too late." Tony's frustration boiled over. "You should have been honest with her, with all of us." The rift between father-in-law and son widened as Tony's distrust grew. He retreated to Lisa's office, where he pored over her notes, searching for anything that might have been missed. The more he read, the more he realized the scope of what he had been dealing with. Abigail, meanwhile, became increasingly reclusive. Haunted by guilt and grief, she avoided Tony and Mr. Adepoju, spending her days in Lisa's room, surrounded by her daughter's belongings. The weight of her missed warnings pressed down on her, a constant reminder of her failure to protect Lisa. Didi's situation worsened as the investigation turned more damning evidence against him. Financial records revealed large unexplained transfers from Ruda to Didi, suggesting complicity. Under renewed pressure, Didi's denials grew more desperate, his credibility crumbling. In a climatic confrontation, Detective Akinwale presented Didi with the evidence. "We've traced significant sums of money from Mrs. Phillips to your account. You were more than just a driver. You were involved in covering up illegal activities." Didi's face twisted in anguish. I did what he asked because I owed her. But I didn't kill Lisa, I swear. I swear it. Then who did? Akinwale demanded. Who would benefit from her death? Didi hesitated, his eyes filled with terror. There is someone else, someone higher up, but I don't know their name. They contacted Rhoda directly. The revelation stunned Akinwale, adding a new dimension to the mystery. There was a shadowy figure pulling the strings, someone powerful enough to remain hidden. Here is a chilling sense of foreboding as the detective and his team faced a growing web of intrigue. The identity of the unseen enemy remained a dark specter, leaving every one of us gripped with suspense and anticipation.